Hello students, welcome to class 11 physics class, or you can say that today's class is basically the mathematical class, because in this class we have to understand a new topic related to mathematics, that is differentiation, because this concept of differentiation we used in this chapter motion in a straight line later to solve the numericals. So that's why you have to clear that concept about the differentiation. Just here you just basically I will solve some problems, and that formulas you keep it in your mind, but in mathematics in details you get a proof of that formulas. Okay, just here I will take one example of that each formulas, then you can understand what is that formula, but the proof of that formula you studied in class in mathematics in details. Okay, so in last class today in previous video we discussed about the average speed and average velocity. That is the last topic of previous class. So after that we studied the instantaneous velocity and instantaneous speed. So before that concept, because we say that instantaneous means very small time, that is dt, small time. What is that dt? That is the differentiation, very small fraction of time. So that's why before we discuss the instantaneous velocity and speed, first we have to clear the concept about differentiation, and some formula also be there. So first of all, in this class we studied the slope. Maximum students knows those are you studied in class 9 and 10. That slope means tan theta. So here we draw two graphs, y versus x coordinate. One is a straight line graph, another one is not a straight line. Okay, so if we consider this graph now, so if the question is there, what is the slope of this graph? So slope means whatever the angle is made with that graph with the x-axis, that is theta. So tan theta equals to, if we find out the tan theta means p by b, perpendicular by base. So perpendicular by base, then we say that this is the slope of this graph. Now here if we draw the dotted line, and here also theta is same, here also we can draw this, so theta is same. Okay, so the value, so if we say that in this graph the value of theta is same, that means slope is constant. So whatever the value we get, tan theta value here, tan theta value here, and tan theta value here, we get the constant value. So in this type of graph the slope is constant because tan theta's value is constant. But in this case, where we use this type of this curved line graph, so if we find out the slope over there, then we make a tangent, or we draw one tangent. First of all, we consider suppose this point, and if we make one tangent, it makes one theta, that is the slope of this point. Now in this point we make another one tangent, so this tangent make theta here. So and this point another one tangent, so theta is there. So here slope or tan theta's value is different, it's not constant, it changes or it's variable. So we can say that in this type of graph slope is variable. Okay. Now if we come to this point, to find out the slope of this graph, for what we do, we first we consider 2 points. Suppose we consider this point and this point, and the coordinate of this point x1 comma y1, and this point x2 comma y2. So how to calculate the tan theta? Perpendicular by base. How to perpendicular calculate the perpendicular? This one means this is a second point. So this value, this total value is y2, and this one value is y1. So what is the value of this perpendicular? y2 minus y1, because second value from here, this is x2 then y2. So this one is a y2 and this is the y1. The first point coordinate x1 y1. So this value is y2 minus y1. And similarly, if we find out the base, so this one is x1 and here to here, that means here, sorry, if we draw this line up to this is x2, not up to this is x2. So what is the value of this one? X2 minus x1. Okay, so we can write tan theta equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, x2 minus x1. So this is the value of tan theta. Now if you consider the 2 points here, so same point you get, so, and you can get the value tan theta equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Okay, so we see that this tan theta's value is constant for this graph, but in this graph, if we consider that 2 points, this 2 point we consider here also. So this point coordinate x1 y1 and this point coordinate x2 y2. Now we find out the tan theta. Tan theta means perpendicular by base. So very easily you can say that this is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, but because this is a curved graph, nature of this graph is curved. So first of all, if we draw the tangent in between these 2 points, it is not a tangent, it is overlap this one. So it is not happen like this way. So this is not possible because tangent is not there. So to overcome this difficulty, what we consider for then how we calculate the slope for this graph, we consider these 2 points are placed very close to each other. Then if we draw a tangent, that tangent passes through that 2 points easily. Okay, so like this way. Now we consider point 1 here and point 2 here. So if we draw a tangent over there, so this tangent passes or cut these 2 points easily. So now this 2 points is as a straight line. So how can we find out the tan theta? This is base, this is perpendicular. So the value is y2 minus y1. Now base is x2 minus x1. So we can write that tan theta equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Now, because these 2 points are very close to each other but not equal, okay, not a 1 point, 2 points are there but very close to each other, then this y2 minus y1 is nearly equal to 0, and x2 minus x1, that is also be 0. That's so we can say that x2 minus x1 or y2 minus y1, they are the very small quantity. So in this physics language or in mathematics, this small quantity is denoted by dy in case of y2 minus y1, and in case of x2 minus x1, this is called dx. Dx, dy, these are the very small quantity. Okay, because here variable is y and x, that's why dy dx. If you can write t2 minus t1, then if and these 2 points is very close to each other, then that t2 minus t1 we can write t dt. So now we can easily find out the slope. So in place of x2 minus x1 we can write dx, and in place of y2 minus y1 we can write dy. So tan theta equals to, we can say that dy by dx. Okay, so tan theta or slope equals to dy by dx. This is a for variable graph. Slope of a graph of, or tan theta equals dy by dx means slope of a graph of y versus x graph. Now you can one question is there, can we apply this one is here also? Yes, we can consider these 2 points are very close to each other, so here also we can write dy by dx. But what is the basic difference between these two? So the value of tan theta dy by dx, it's constant at every point. Wherever you consider the 2 points, the tan theta's value is same, constant, but this value is different. Tan theta equals to for this kind of graph. So that is the main difference. So mainly the slope tan theta equals to dy by dx, that means slope of a graph of y versus x, or we can say that rate of change of y with respect to x, because when we in class 10 when we define power, P equals to W by T. Okay, that means rate of change of work done per unit time. So here that means the work done is changed with respect to time. So here also same, dy by dx means the rate of change of y with respect to x. With respect to whatever, with respect to the that one we always write at bottom, and those quantity are changed, that rate of change of that quantity, this is right as a at top. So dy by dx means the rate of change of y with respect to x. If dx by dy is there, then what we can say, that the rate of change of x with respect to y. Understood? So this is the concept about slope, and the differentiation, the concept of differentiation is lies in between this concept. Why? Because this concept we use dy by dx, this concept we used when we studied the formula related to differentiation. You can study it in details in mathematics when you started in differentiation, in the differentiation chapter, but just now in the physics you just cleared this concept, the basic things you have to clear, and you remember that formulas what we used later to solve the numerical problems. Okay, let's start with the first formula. First formula, if the value of y is constant, then what is the value of dy by dx? So any numerical number, that means that is a constant number. So if suppose y equals to 4, then what is the value of dy by dx? dy by dx is 0. Because if this is a constant, so if we want to change, then it can be, it turns to, that is equals to 0. So if the value of y is constant, dy by dx is 0. So because the value of y is constant, it is not changed. So if we draw the graph here, so what is the nature of the graph? Nature of the graph is x is changed, but the value of y is constant. So when the nature of the graph is, that means the straight line graph, not the straight line, the horizontal or the parallel to the x-axis, this kind of graph we get slope that is equals to 0, because slope means tan theta, and tan theta means perpendicular by base. So if the nature of the graph is like this way, then where we get the perpendicular and the base, that means slope is 0. So in this kind of graph where the graph is parallel to the x-axis or horizontal, then slope is 0 or tan theta equals to 0. If tan theta equals to 0, then dy by dx equals to 0, because tan theta equals to dy by dx. Okay, so just you remember, if the value of y is constant, any numerical value, no other term is there, no x, no y, no other term is there, only the numerical value y equals to 4, then dy by dx equals to 0. Now the second one, if the function is there y equals to x to the power n, then what is the value of dy by dx? So dy by this is a formula, this power is right at front, then x to the power n minus 1. So whatever the power, first you write at front, then x to the power, that power that decrease by 1. So for example, suppose y equals to x cube. So what is the value of dy by dx? So power, because n is the power, so here n means 3. So we can write 3 in front, then x to the power decrease by 1, 3 minus 1, that is 2, 3x square. Y equals to x to the power half. So half we write at first, then half minus 1, half into x to the power minus half. Now y equals to 1 by x. So 1 by x we can write x to the power minus 1. So now the power is minus 1. So minus 1 we write at first, x to the power minus 1, decrease by minus 1, then decrease by 1, minus 1 again. So minus x to the power minus 2. So this is the second formula. Okay. Now third one, y equals to x. Here y equals to x, some power is there, or y equals to x. So dy by dx value is directly 1. Or if you apply this rule here, dy by dx, no power is there, that means it is a 1. So 1 it will be written as here. So x to the power 1 minus 1. decreased by 1. So x to the power 0, x to the power 0 value is 1. So if y equals to only x, no other power is there except 1, then the value of dy by dx equals to 1. Then fourth law is y equals to 5x3. Here only the x some power is there, but if any numerical value also be there, then x to the power this one, then what we can write dy by dx is similar. No disturb here. The whatever the value of numerical value, you remains right same. Then you differentiate the x cube. X cube means 3 x to the power 3 minus 1. Now 15 x square. So no change in this numerical factor. Or if you have this kind, y equals to 4 by x, so 4 into x to the power minus 1, so 4 minus 1 x to the power minus 1 minus 1, so minus 4 x to the power minus 2. So if any numerical value is there, then there is no change in the numerical value. Whatever the numerical value, you write it first, then you just differentiate the x term, or whatever the variable term you differentiate. Next, fifth number rule, y equals to e to the power x. The differentiation is e to the power x log base e. Log base e of e, that is value 1. That's why dy by dx also equals to e to the power x. This proves also you studied in mathematics. Okay. Just you remember, if any function is there, y equals to e to the power x, and dy by dx equals to same, e to the power x. And y to the power x, because this one, log base e of e, this value is 1, that's why e to the power x. Now log of y equals to log base e x. Then what is the value of dy by dx? Dy by dx equals to 1 by x. Now seventh number, if y value is equals to a to the power x, this is e to the power x, now this is a to the power x, then what with the value of dy by dx? So dy by dx equals to a to the power x log of base e of a, log a. Okay, so that's similarly, these two are similar, because here e to the power x, so e to the power x log base e of e, because this value is e base e value 1, that's why we write ex. But here a to the power x, in place of e we write a to the power x log base e of a, its value is not 1, that's why we write this whole thing. So these two are similar, just in place of e we write it here any a. So let's take one example. If a is any numerical value, so y equals to 4 to the power x. So what is the value of dy by dx? So 4 to the power x log 4, base e 4. Okay, a to the power x, a means 4, so 4 to the power x log base e 4. So these are the formulas you also write in your copy. Okay, and just solve these problems one by one, then you can understand the formula. It's very easy. Next, 8th number rule is, if y equals to any sine function is there, sine x, and dy by dx equals to cos x, and y equals to, if any cos function is there, then dy by dx equals to minus sine x. How you can remember? Sine is a good boy, cos is a bad boy. So sine after differentiation it gets the positive value, but this is a bad boy, that's why after differentiation it gives us a negative value. Like this way you can remember this two. Now 10 number, y equals to tan x, so dy by dx equals to sec square x. Y equals to sec x, dy by dx equals sec x into tan x. Y equals to cosec x, dy by dx equals to minus cosec x into cot x. And y equals to cot x, so dy by dx equals to minus cosec square x. All these formulas you have to keep it in your mind. Okay. Now another one formula, y equals to x square. Suppose y equals to x square. This is one example. If y equals to x square. Now if any question is there, what is the value of dy by dx, then we can easily find out using the second one, this one, y equals to x to the power n, this formula, that the power is written over at first, then decreased by minus 1, so dy by dx equals to 2x. But if the question is there, find out the value of dy by dt or dy by dr, then what is the value of dy by dt and dy by dr? It's simply 0. Why? Because in the relation, if if there are no relation between t, because whatever the variable we write at bottom. So in this expression there is a no relation between x and t or x and r. That means no t term is there, no r term is there in this equation, in this relation. So if no relation in between x and t or x and r or y and t and y and r, then the differentiation of that quantity is becomes 0. So dy by dt equals to 0, dy by dr equals to also 0, because in this relation there is a no relationship between y and t and y and r, or no t term is there, no r term is there. Clear? One example also be there, y equals to sine theta. If you find out dy by d theta, so theta is there, one relation is between y and theta. So what is the value? Y equals to sine x, so dy by dx equals to cos x. In place of x we write theta, so dy by d theta equals to cos theta. So we can write cos theta. But if the question is there, find out dy by dx, but here no x term is there and no relation between x, y and x. So dy by dx equals to 0. Here. So now this is the factors you have to remind, that if in the relationship, if whatever the variables are present in differentiation program, also solve in between them only, not the another third or fourth factor is there. Now for addition and subtraction, so this is only single term is there. Now if more two or three terms is there, then how can we differentiate? Let's take one example, y equals to x square plus 5x. If this term is there, so only x square we easily find out 2x, but plus 5x, then how can? It's also very easily separately we also differentiate both terms. That means dy by dx equals to, first you differentiate this one. What is the differentiation of x square? 2x, plus then differentiate 5x. So what is the value of differentiation of 5x? Only 5, because dy by dx, that is equals to dx of 5x. 5 is a numerical value, 5. So dx by dx, that is equals to only 5. That's why we can write only 5. Okay. Now another one, y equals to 6x square plus 1 by root x plus 2 to the power x. So first we arrange this one. How? 6x square. This one we can write x to the power minus half plus 2x. Now you differentiate it. Dy by dx equals to, first this term, that is equals to 12x. 2 is come at first, then minus 1. So 2 into 6, 12x. Then minus half, x to the power minus half minus 1. And 2 to the power x, that is this one rule, a to the power x. So 2 to the power x log 2. So after solving we have 12x minus half x to the power minus 3 by 2 plus 2x log 2. Okay, so this is for addition and subtraction. Now if multiplication is there, if the terms are multiply each other, then this is a very important rule. Suppose the relation is, the formula is, first you understand the formula. Formula is y equals to u into v. Then dy by dx equals to, what we can write? Dy by dx equals to, first u term, whatever the u term you write at same, then you differentiate the second term, dv by dx, plus second term remains same, then you differentiate the first term. So first you write the first term as it is, then differentiate the second term, plus then second term write as it is, then differentiate the first term. So let's take one example, e to the power x square. So dy by dx equals to, as per this rule, u into dv by dx. This is u, this is v. So u into dv by dx differentiation of second term, that is 2x, plus v du by dx. V means x square remains as it is, and dy by dx of e to the power x is e to the power x. So e to the power x. This is the differentiation of this one. Then this one, y equals to x into sin x. So dy by dx equals to u, dy by dx of sin x means cos x. because sine is a good boy, that's why positive cos x, plus v, v means sin x, dx du by dx, that means dx by dx, that is 1. So x cos x plus sin x. This is for multiplication. Now division rule. Division rule, y equals to u by v. It is little bit difficult, but if you keep it in your mind this formula, then it is very easy. dy by dx, that is equals to first the whatever the term at bottom, the square of this one, second term, then at above v into du by dx, just opposite of this one. Here first we first term, second term first derivative, then the first term is derivative, but here the first term is derivative minus then the second term. So v into du by dx minus u into dv by dx. Let's take an example, y equals to sin x by x. So first we write at bottom x square, v equals to x, so x square. Now v into du by dx, v equals to here only x, not 1 by x, okay, x. So v into du by dx, so v is x, du by dx, that means derivative of or differentiation of sin x, that is cos x, minus u is sin x into dv by dx, that is dx by dx, that is 1, so sin x only be there. Next one, y equals to x square plus 1 by x cube, x square plus 1 by x cube, then the square of the bottom terms, that is x to the power 6, then the x cube v into du by dx plus u into dv by dx. Okay, now you differentiate this one, that is 2x, okay, because 1 is the constant term, so it is 0, so 2x plus here 3x square. So after solving we get 2x to the power 5, x to the 3x to the power 4 plus 3x square by x to the power 6. Now one homework is there, you try to in your home. In next video I will solve this one. But the previous video I also asked one question, that a circular path question, but nobody write anything in the comment box. I can't get any comments or any reply. If I will not get any reply, then I will not solve that to numerical. And same is here. First you tell me the what is the answer of this one, then the next video, or you have, if you have any problem, that one also you write that ma'am I will can't solve this one, please understand me, or please explain this one. But any comments, I need at least one comments. This is your homework, in your try it in your home. Next one is chain rule. What is chain rule? Chain rule, in this up to this multiplication, division, there is a single term or the some addition or subtraction is there. But the chain rule means it is continued. The differentiation process is continued. How? Let's take one example. Y equals to root over x square plus 1. Okay, y equals to x square plus 1, we can write like this way, x square plus 1 to the power half. So now if we differentiate this one, then what is the answer? First, dy by dx, so this is not the x. So when you solve this kind of problem, that chain rule, so whatever the term is there, you just keep it in your mind, that is x. So just you think about this one is total x to the power half. Okay, so x to the power half, what is the rule of that one? That half into x to the power half minus 1. Up to this is completed, but this is not exactly x, this is x square plus 1. Then you differentiate the inside one or the bracket one, that is x square plus 1, so x square differentiate 2x plus 0. First you think about this, first you consider this whole term, whatever the term is there, plus 2 plus 3x, if any term is there, first you consider that whole term as a x to the power half. So x to the power half means dy by dx equals to half into x to the power half minus 1. X means x square plus 1, but this is not the x, because this is x square plus 1. Now you differentiate this x square plus 1 term, that is dx. So it is a continued process. First you differentiate this whole, then the bracket term. That's why this is called the chain rule. If you consider this example, y equals to sine x square, not sine x. Sine x equals to cos x, easy. So you think that y equals to sine x, not x square. So dy by dx equals to cos x. So cos x square. Okay, but this is not the x square term is there. Now you differentiate the x square term. So what is the differentiation of x square? That is 2x. So simply 2x cos x square. First you consider this is x sine x, y equals to sine x, differentiation is cos x square. Okay, now x square term you again differentiate 2x. So 2x cos x square. If you consider this one, y equals to e to the power 2x, then dy by dx you consider this is e to the power x. So what is the differentiation of e to the power x? Same, e to the power x. So first you write e to the power 2x, but this is not the x. Now the differentiation of 2x is 2 only, because dx by dx equals to 1, that is 2. So 2 into e to the power 2x. Now this is your homework. You try to in your home. Okay. Please give the comments. Otherwise, how can I know you understand or not? If you don't write any comments in a comment box, then I will not solve this two. These two are the many are there, so I will not solve. Please, at least if you not solve this one, please at least write, ma'am, please explain this one. I will not solve. I can't solve. But any comments you please write in a comment box. Okay. Now another one, more two are there. This two also your. Okay, I will solve this one, then you understand. So y equals to cos x square plus 3x plus 4. So first we understand this is cos x. So what is the formula? Y cos x equals to dy by dx equals to minus sin x. So dy by dx, that is equals to, first we write sin x. X means x square plus 3x plus 4. Now we differentiate the bracket term. So bracket term x square, that is 2x plus 3x means only 3 plus 4, that is 0. So this is the answer. So this is your homework also. Try to in your home. So this is all about the formula of differentiation. Understand? Okay. Now where we apply this differentiation or application of derivatives. This another name is derivatives, differentiation. Using this differentiation, we can find out the maximum or minimum value of y, because we have the function y equals to something. So using this rule or using this procedure, differentiation procedure, we can find out the maximum value or minimum value of the y. Not understand? Let's take one example. Y equals to x square plus x plus 1. So dy by dx equals to 2x plus 1. This is 0. So 2x plus 1. Now if the question is there, dy by dx equals to 0, then what is the value of x? If dy by dx equals to 0, that means this also be 0. So from here we get x equals to minus half. So the value of x equals to minus half, the dy by dx equals to 0. Or if we put it here, the value x equals to minus half, so we get the value of y also. So because if here we get only one value is there, that's why here also we get only one value of y. But if there are two values are there, then in between these two, how we can understand the maximum value, or it is a maximum or it is a minimum? Okay, so let's first you keep it in your mind, dy by dx equals to 0. That means at first we learned that slope equals to tan theta equals to dy by dx. So dy by dx equals to 0, that means slope is 0. That means tan theta equals to 0, that means theta equals to 0. So theta equals to 0 means the curve or the graph is tangent is parallel or horizontal to the x-axis, or we get the value of y, maximum value or minimum value. Okay, so how maximum and minimum value, how we can understand this is maximum or minimum? So after putting the value of x here, if the value, total value, it's come as minus or negative, that means this is maximum value, and if it is coming at positive, then that means this is a minimum value. Okay, we understand this one now. So here dy by dx equals to 0. So if we draw this two curve, dy by dx equals to 0 where? In this point, because here also we draw the slope, here also we also draw the one tangent and we get the perpendicular and base. But in this point, if we make a tangent, here slope is 0, that means tan theta equals to 0. So dy by dx equals to 0. And in this case, and at this point, dy by dx equals to 0. So this is a minimum value for this one. This is a decreasing graph. At this point, the value of y is minimum. And if we consider this one, this is an increasing graph. After that, it will decrease. So this is a y maximum value. Okay, so how we find out the maximum and minimum? Then if dy by dx, first we have a equation or relation like this way. Then we find out the differentiation dy by dx. Then we put dy by dx equals to 0. From dy by dx equals to 0, we get either y equals to maximum or y equals to minimum. How we can understand? Then again you derivative the dy by dx. Then it becomes d2y by dx square. And now if the value of d2y by dx square is positive, that means it is a minimum value. And if it is negative, then it is a maximum value. Let's solve one problem, then you can understand easily. Y equals to x cube by 3 plus 7x square by 2 plus 12x. First you find out dy by dx, that is equals to what we can write. Some problem is there in the camera. Okay, so dy by dx equals to, we can write 3x square by 3 plus 7 into 2x, 2 minus 1 is 1 by 2 plus 12. Okay, so we get x square plus 14x plus, sorry, not 2 to cancel, so this is 7x plus 12. Now dy by dx equals to 0. To find out the maxima or minima, always you do this one. In the in your mathematics chapter, one chapter is there, maximum and minima. When you find out the maximum value or minimum value, always the first derivative, this is called first derivative, dy by dx equals to 0. You consider this one. So if dy by dx equals to 0, that means this is equals to 0. X square plus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. Then after solving this one, x square plus 3x plus 4x plus 12 equals to 0. So we get x plus 3 into x plus 4, that is equals to 0. So from here we can say that x value is either 3 or minus 3 or minus 4. So the two values are there. So the value of x equals to minus 3 or minus 4, we get the maximum or minimum value of y. So in which value of x we get the maximum value of y or the minimum value of y. So then again we differentiate this one. So dy by dx. Again we differentiate this one. So that is